What's up, everyone? 2 days from Christmas, and it's freezing here in Atlanta today. Last I checked, it was 16 degrees, which is insanely cold. I feel bad for those of you that are up in the Northeast and the mid part of the country here. I don't know if it's cold in Europe right now, but man, this is as cold as it ever gets in Atlanta. It's going to go down to 9 degrees today. So anyways, no snow for Christmas, though. Let's see. This is my last stream before Christmas. I've got my holiday sale going on. If you go to beatoholidays.com, I've got all of my, as I say, a lifetime worth of learning materials are included in my ultimate bundle, which is my Beato Book Interactive, right? 500 pages. It's got dozens of video lectures and lessons, and has audio examples of everything. I rewrote the book. For those of you that had it in the past, I rewrote every example in it. It's got the Beato Beginner Guitar course, which has got 28 video lessons and PDFs to practice. It's for complete beginners. Then my ear training method, which I'm going to use right now when I listen to these Cure songs, because we're going to be talking about the Cure all stream today, one of my favorite bands ever. 80 lessons, video lessons in my ear training course, hundreds of interactive training modules, a 27-page booklet, and my Quick Lessons Pro guitar course, which is 5 hours of video content and guitar profiles, things like that. That's more of like an intermediate guitar course. So all of this is for $109. I sell all these courses for like $99. So it is how much off altogether. If you're ever going to get it, this is the time to get it now. $330 off. It's a good Christmas present. Anyhow, so I'll come back to that after we're going to talk about ear training a little bit as we listen to these songs. So I am a huge Cure fan. And when Robert Smith came to 99X in 2004, my friend Leslie Fram, who's the program director, said to me, "Rick, I know that you love The Cure. Robert Smith is coming to the studio. Do you want to come for it?" Now, I'm not one to go and meet people or anything, but the chance to go meet Robert Smith was amazing, right? So I went there. There's about 25 people there. I just looked it up online. I thought it was 2003, and there were some pictures from it. Now, I had a picture with him, but it was not, I don't have it. If someone out there that's watching this took pictures at 99X, because this actually has happened before, and have a picture of me with Robert Smith, please send it to me, because that would be incredibly cool. He's a person I would love to interview. He was so cool. So for you Cure fans out there, Robert Smith is like the nicest guy in the world, right? Really, really great. Okay, so let's talk about some of their songs. I picked 9 songs. I mean, I'm a huge Cure fan of entire records. So it's hard to pick out songs, but the way that I do it, kind of like I did with Pink Floyd and I did with REM, I pick songs. These are the songs that I think are their best songs, and these are the songs that I like the most. But taking into account songs that are great songs, like ones that are really, really well written, along with songs I'm a fan of. I did a What Makes a Song Great on one of the songs I'm going to play, but let's get into it right now. So this first song I want to play is one of their early songs. It was actually their first single. For those of you that don't know their first record, thank you, EMF. Happy holidays, old man. Sound like my son, Dylan. This is called A Forest. This was out in, I want to say 1980. And what I love about this, thanks Douglas, is that it really set up the tone of the band. This came out when I was a freshman in college. I want to say. I believe this song, this was the only single off this record. This was the 17 Seconds record, and it charted at 31 on the rock charts. And if you're listening in stereo right now with headphones, what's up, Alan? Notice the panning. Listen how good this song sounds, right? No vocal, and we're a minute 25 into the song, right? This was, somebody said this was a lot higher in the college charts. This was a big song, college song. So I'm going to move ahead a little bit. Okay, so this is what's I like this about this. Really tucked back vocal, and then yeah, so the bridge, it's I mean, we're in before this part, right? We there's so it modulates B. Second time down. I just think that's really hip. This is A Forest, The Cure's first single. Like I said, it's set up where The Cure was going. I'll give you another one of my favorite Cure songs. This is Boys Don't Cry. This was a pretty big hit. One of their biggest. Great lyrics. Okay, so one really great thing when you go, when you have a, so this is really almost like a new wave punk kind of a thing, right? On the hook, what's great about it is that when he's doing the sustained line right here, when he says, "Boys don't cry," listen. Hiding the tears in my eyes, 'cause boys don't cry. So, boys don't cry. So you notice that he has that the hook line over with the counter melody being the guitar hook. Da 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 da. It's really he has the counter melody there, but then when the bass descends, da, 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 he leaves a space for the vocals. Very, very perfect hook writing. One of the things, though, that I to me, the Cure, there's an element of them. There's a goth element. There's I want to say a psychedelic element. And one thing struck me. I was reading an article at one point that said that Robert Smith would do, these are on later records, like Wish, for example, which to me is absolutely phenomenally well-recorded record, in addition to it being a great, the songs are amazing on it. But I heard that Robert Smith, I don't know if this is true, was a huge Neil Young fan, okay? And he would record multiple tracks of feedback just to create this ambience for the background, because there's so many beautiful guitar layers that are on these records, which is really what I loved about them. And this, to me, was kind of a precursor to shoegaze music, you know? Okay, so I'm going to continue on. This is another one of my favorites. This is off Disintegration. This is Lullaby. Great lick. Here's another thing I love about it. Listen to the bass. Dun. I love how it's like dun, dun. It's got such tone. This is really beautiful sonically. Wow.
Spider-Man comes softly through the shadow of the evening sun.
This is one of the best records of the 80s, Disintegration. So, Lullaby. Killer song. All of these songs, doesn't matter, even the first single that they had, the first record, is extremely well recorded. And I have to think that that the band really knew how to orchestrate their songs. Gigadeath, thank you, and Neoman 512, thank you very much. The band understood how to put arrangements together, and this was a really important thing, and something that I dug about them, that the songwriting was so strong, but also the arrangements, the parts, and the playing was great. This is, obviously the way pre-Pro Tools. Everybody needed to be able to play then, and this is just brilliant layering and mood music. Okay, let's talk about a couple other songs here. You guys know this one. This is from the Head on the Door record. This is Close to Me. Listen how sparse this is, right? The claps, they're in each speaker. Everything's up front and tight. Really stylized vocal too. To me, it had the super dry mix of this is amazing, right? You can't pin down the Cure as to one style because there are so many influences that are part of their music. When you think the Cure is like an atmospheric goth band, or that they're, that they have psychedelic moments, or they're a kind of a punk band, you know, and then they have this, and this is like pop, but super dry, in your face, with really brilliant keyboard work on it as well. So they always had the great guitar parts, really great guitar lines, as we'll talk about here. But they incredibly brilliant synth parts too. Here's another one of my favorites. This is off Wish. This is one of their biggest singles. I have to change guitars because it's slightly out of tune with standard tuning.
I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's grey and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you, it's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday,
Beautiful.
Wednesday, break my heart. Oh, Thursday doesn't even start, it's Friday, I'm in love.
All the Oh, I love that. You got hand claps, you have all these linear parts in the guitars. There's so much layering here. This is exactly the opposite of Close to Me. This is highly layered, incredible ambience going on there. This is a really completely different band from Close to Me, right? From the Head on the Door sound. But it sounds like The Cure. And the thing, thank you, Sean, the thing that connects it all is Robert Smith's vocal, right? His vocal stylings, the way he uses emotion with his voice. This song is a perfectly written pop song. Love that. Oh, man. Do you notice, too, that how clean that guitar is that's in stereo? That it's... Listen to this guitar part here that comes in this. Listen. There are so many guitar layers, but it's so clear. Oh my God, it's amazing, right? And the vocals, there's so much space for the vocal. It's unbelievable. Just absolutely brilliant. Everything about this, a perfect melody. The vocal could not be placed better with the EQ in the mix, especially when the mix is so dense. I mean, the mix is dense, but his voice cuts through perfectly. You can hear it so clearly. I think a lot of it too is the hard panning of the instruments. I think that's a big. Rhett is on here. Rhett says the song slaps. It does slap. The panning of it is just perfect. Okay. I want to play you this song. Let's talk about this next here. This is another song off that record, which is another one of my favorites. This is High. I think this is the first song on the record. beautiful riffs. So you notice they have these inversions. This is what's so cool. So it's right. You have the suspended chord, you have a first inversion major chord that it starts on. Robert Smith is always looking for those kind of guitar hooks like that. The guitar hooks, keyboard hooks, anything that grabs your ear, that's melodic, that's unusual. That's a very unusual guitar part there. Great drumming too. Another thing about this, if you guys are playing along, trying to play along with this, this record, Friday I'm in Love, and this song, I don't know if all the songs are sharp, but they're all not a quarter step, but I'd say about 445 or so. They're tuned a little bit high. So if you're trying to play along with them, you'll have to tune your guitar up. So here's the difference. Listen, that's standard tuning. It's not quite a quarter step. It's close to a quarter step though, right? So that doesn't sound good. So like I said, if you want to play along with that, that's what you do. Okay. This song, let me just say, one of the important things that I do in these things are playing along with the songs. Now, I don't practice these songs. I play them, I hear what they're doing, and I know what the chords are as soon as I hear them, right? I know that starts with a first inversion A major chord. I just know that because I can hear through my experience, I know what a first inversion major chord sounds like, right? And I've talked about this in other episodes, developing a vocabulary of recognized sounds. When you want to be able to figure out things by ear, the fastest way to do this, there's two different things you need to do. You need to understand interval relationships between the bass notes, and you have to be able to hear if there's something is inverted, if a chord's inverted or not, right? So the order of notes, if it has a riff like this song does, that starts with the there with the first inversion A major chord that starts on the note C sharp. So there's a few things going on here. I have this vocabulary of recognized sounds or chords. Okay, so I don't have perfect pitch, but it's like having perfect pitch, and that's what ear training develops. And this is what my ear training course does. I'll give you one more plug. I've got my bundle on sale through Christmas night at midnight. So if you want to get it as a present, I've got my ear training course, my Beato Book Interactive, which is my 500-page book, along with video lectures and other video demonstrations, along with audio examples for everything, my beginner guitar course, and my intermediate guitar course, which is my Quick Lessons Pro. Get all those for $109. It's $330 savings. This is how I do this stuff, though. I don't have to practice this. I remembered that the songs are sharp, though. Okay. Another song that I did, this is a song that I did, What Makes a Song Great. This is one of the best songs ever. And I do a really detailed breakdown of this. Oh. So this is really great. All these droning kind of parts. You have the synth line, you have the... It's so simple, right? But layered with everything out, with everything together, the synth line that happens here, it's like every single phrase, there's something new that enters, and it adds without being cluttered. Beautiful. Oh, when the line reverses and goes up, phenomenal. And then,
Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream.
you notice how the keys drop right
The one
there?
that makes me laugh, she said. Threw her arms around
Right?
my neck. Show me how you do it.
Then they bring in that other guitar
I
there.
promise you, I promise that I'll run away with you.
And then the synth comes back in there. And then they have drum hooks. Okay, so it's not only that they have guitar hooks, that they have keyboard hooks, the drum hooks, ba-ba, ba-ba, is amazing, right? So they have space for it.
I'll run away with you.
And I also love the fact that it's done with a China cymbal there, because it's so rock, but it's so understated. This is the Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me record. Okay, there's a comment in here that I agree with 100%. No one has a better dark to light range. Who said that? Cortical One. Perfectly put. No band has as good of dark to light range. I like that. That's very true. Okay. But that's not my favorite song of The Cure. My favorite song of The Cure, which is not even on one of their records. It was a B-side. As a matter of fact, I believe it was the B-side to the song High off of Wish. And I went to look for it, and it's actually only on Join the Dots B-Sides and Rarities, 1978 to 2001. And it's called This Twilight Garden. Man. I saw someone in the comments talk about this at the beginning of the stream. Oh. I mean, come on. Beautiful.
I lift my lips from kissing to kiss the sky, clouds soft.
How did this not make the record?
Slow the sun melts down.
Right here, listen.
Golden words will
Oh, so sad. You hear all those echoey guitars? Then here. Ah.
I lift my hands from touching you to touch the wind that whispers through
Beautiful.
this twilight garden.
Oh, there's the hook.
Where dreams are.
Oh, man.
No one will ever take your place.
Chorus right here. Minute 50.
No one will ever take your place.
Beautiful. And then this is just unbelievable. That's one of my favorite songs ever. This Twilight Garden, not even on a record. It was the B-side to High, I'm pretty sure. And they don't even have an extended version of it. They have the demo or the instrumental version on Spotify of this, which doesn't sound anything like it. And then, so I was like, where is this song? So I had to actually type it in, and it's on their B-sides record. EMF, thank you for the happy holidays, old man. I really appreciate this. Douglas, thank you so much. And Qui Habit Nil, I don't know what that means. Thank you, Rick, it says. Really appreciate that. I would really, if you're going to get into The Cure, if you're not familiar with The Cure, I'm trying to wait, we have a good comment here. Hold on. It didn't make the record because the grand wizards at the label enjoy money more than music, said not this song. Is that, Mark, do you know that for a fact or what? I don't believe that that's true. How could that be true? This is one of the best songs. This is one of my favorite songs. I know it when I bought the single, because I used to buy singles back then. And when I bought the single to High when the record came out. I mean, I was a massive Cure fan. This record came out probably 91, maybe, I think. You guys probably, is it 91? When did it come out? 91, 92? I'm not sure. But The Cure, somebody type in the chat there what year it came out. But so I bought 92. So I bought the record, I bought the single, right? And I think because I went to a listening station or something and I heard this Twilight Garden, and I bought it, and I went home and I listened to it, and I just listened to that song over and over and over, and I could not believe that it didn't make the record. But it didn't matter because and I used to tell all my friends, hey, have you heard this Cure song? Have you heard the new record? Oh, I love the new record. I said, you know this thing, this Twilight Garden? And they said no, and then I would play it for them. So let's see. Sammy says, Rick, thank you for the Christmas bundle. As a pianist, my goal for next year is to learn how to play songs by ear. Once I've accomplished that, I plan on starting your guitar program. All included. It's all included. This is the thing. If you want to start your guitar playing after working on your ear and your piano playing and learning your theory, you get the beginner guitar course. It all comes with it. It's only one price. That's the thing about the stuff that I sell on my that all my courses are just one-time pay. There's no yearly fee or anything like that. You just pay once, you get your license, and that's it. You got it. So get the ear training course, Beato Book, get beginner guitar course, and the Quick Lessons Pro, more advanced or intermediate to advanced course and everything. And this is how you can go and figure out these songs by ear. Now, some of you can figure them out by ear anyways, but the fine tuning to get all the parts right, that's really the key to becoming a great player. Becoming more of a professional player is to be able to pick things out that other people can't. I mean, that's really the skill. When I did my first band practice when I was in 1976 or 77, when I went to my friend Andy's house he gave me a list of songs to learn to play in a band, cover songs. And I've talked about this before, but one of them was Long Distance Runaround. Don't Tell Me Why He Did by Yes. Another one was Don't Take Me Alive by Steely Dan. Right? And then he had Led Zeppelin on there. He had a Triumph song, Bring It On Home, I think it was. It was the weirdest group of songs. But when his brother heard me play the solo to Don't Take Me Alive, his brother was a great guitar player, John. And he couldn't believe, he said, how did you figure that out? And I didn't realize that it was difficult. But I would just sit there and play the stuff and listen to it until I got it right. Right? So you just, now the stuff is so much easier. And there were things that I wish that I could have learned back then, but I didn't have the chops for, or didn't have the knowledge maybe to pick out all the different chords, like some of the Steely Dan chords, for example, that are on the Asia record. That I didn't know some of the inversions and things like that, or these kind of chords, you know, when it's going like a. Yeah. Well, when it does that part after the intro, right? Hard to play here. Those kind of voicings, I could figure out, but like the first this voicing here, I would play. I'd say it sounds like there's a C major chord in there. It would take me a while to do that because I'd never seen anyone play chord voicings like that, right? That I recognized as like, oh, that's a Jimi Hendrix chord. And that one was like, well, that's then I started to say, okay. Then you start noticing those kind of voicings are all over that Steely Dan record. So this is why ear training is good, right? To be able to pick these things out. In the Cure, it's picking out all the single line parts and knowing how to play them. So that's my Cure thing. Okay, as a song, my favorite Cure song is this Twilight Garden. The best Cure song is Just Like Heaven, with a lot of close seconds. I mean, Friday, I'm in Love, In Between Days, Boys Don't Cry. All those songs are great. Lullaby has a phenomenal guitar hook in it. But if I was going to sit down and listen to a song, I would listen to, I'd probably listen to this Twilight Garden. I'd listen to High, and I'd listen to Just Like Heaven. Those three songs to me really give me the flavor of the Cure. And once again, meeting Robert Smith was a very big thing to me. If anyone out there has a picture of it, I met him in 2004 at 99X, and there was a photographer there, and somebody took a picture of me and him together, and it'd be cool to have. So reach out to me, let me know. All right, everybody, have a Merry Christmas. I'll have a new video. I've got a new interview with Tim Henson from Polyphia coming out. I have an interview with Keith Jarrett coming out that I just did, but that's probably not going to be out for about a month or so. That's a very long interview. That was a real honor to meet Keith. I mean, one of the biggest honors of my life, and I'm really excited about that, and a lot of other stuff. So, Paolo, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I see Joy Division. Things are moving really fast here. What makes a song great? Okay, there you go. Your English is perfectly good. Okay, you guys are amazing. Have a great Christmas. We'll see ya.